All right, so let's go ahead and have a seat and get situated and centered. So as you come to that comfortable, steady, aligned posture, let your shoulders relax, let your jaw relax, let everything soften. Take a deep breath in through your nose and a big exhale through your mouth. And just take a few gentle breaths to kind of settle into your skin. Notice how everything is feeling this morning. Start deepening your breath. You can begin an ujjayi breath if you're comfortable with that. And then check in with thought processes, emotions. Notice what your energy feels like this morning. Pay particular attention to that. And then also notice how connected you feel. Based on everything you've just observed about yourself, decide if there's anything that needs to be enhanced or improved or even transformed, and use that information to set your intention. So bringing palms together in front of the heart, just taking a moment to be really clear about what you most need. And then take a deep breath in through the nose. Big exhale through the mouth. We are going to start standing at the front of the mat. Just taking a moment to get centered in and rooted. So feel the soles of the feet, connect your energy downward and connect your energy upward. So we rise up and have a nice straight spine. Palms together in front of the heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. And then exhale, go ahead and bend the knees and fold forward in a hang and ragdoll. We'll take a couple of breaths here just to kind of lengthen the spine. And then just plant fingertips beside toe tips. Look up and lengthen. And then back down. Let's step back with the right foot. So we've got a left foot forward lunge this morning. And just hold that lunge for a couple of breaths, allowing hips to sink and spine to lengthen. I'd like you to step your left leg straight back to downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths. We're going to ease into this, but we're just going to use traditional sun salutations this morning for our warm-up. Finding some joy in our movement today. From your down dog, shift into plank. And this first time, let's go ahead and lower down knees, chest, and chin. Untuck the toes and just come into a baby cobra to begin with. And then downward facing dog again. From your down dog, step forward with your right foot. Hold your lunge for a couple of breaths here. And then step forward to a standing forward bend. Inhale and reach the arms all the way up and overhead. Exhale, palms together in front of the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, step back with your right leg. Let's move into downward facing dog. Shift into plank. Lower down however you like. Upward facing dog and downward facing dog again. Step forward with your right foot. And the left foot steps forward. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, palms together in front of the heart. All right, we're gonna flow with the breath, same series of movements. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, right leg back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Inhale your right foot forward. Exhale the left foot forward to a forward bend. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, palms together. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, right leg back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot forward. Exhale, left foot forward. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, palms together in front of the heart. I'd like you to go ahead and step your feet to the edges of the mat. We're going to drop into a yogic squat. It's helpful if your feet are pointing forward, but if you need them to wing out a little bit today, that's okay. We're going to start dropping the tailbone, lifting the heart. You may support your weight on your hands if you need to. Just take a couple of breaths here. And then inhale, come all the way back up. And as you exhale, step your feet together, palms together. Inhale, reach the arms up, and then as you exhale, drop your tailbone, lifting the chest, coming into Utkatasana. On your next inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, fold forward to your standing forward bend. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale, back down. We're going to step back with the right leg. Spin the heel flat. Come into warrior two. And so just taking a moment to really find your alignment in your warrior two. I want you to come back to that sense of connection to the ground and connection to the sky above you. We anchor in both planes. Let's go ahead and take a right hand on right thigh, left arm up and over, reverse your warrior. And by the way, we're beginning everything on the left side today because Thursday is a new moon. So we're working on enhancing lunar energy. Come all the way back up. Straighten your left leg, kick the right hip to the right, lengthen out. Let's find triangle. Take a few breaths here, just lengthening. We're still kind of getting everything warmed up. Just bring that right hand down, lengthen out over your left leg, and then step back to plank and take your version of a vinyasa, whatever's best for you today. From this downward facing dog, You can either walk or jump forward to a standing forward bend. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, palms together in front of your heart. Make sure your feet are touching. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, tailbone drops, heart lifts. Utkatasana. On your next inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, fold forward, standing forward bend. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, back down. This time, step back with your left leg. Spin the heel flat and come up into warrior two on your right side. Connecting down to the earth and up to the sky. We want to be anchored above and below. This will be particularly helpful in a moment. Left hand on left thigh, right arm up and over. Reverse your warrior. And then come all the way back up, straighten your right leg. Hips move to the left, rib cage lengthens to the right. And we find triangle on this side. From here, we're just going to take the left hand down, lengthen out over that right leg. And then step back to plank position and take your vinyasa. So from this downward facing dog, you're going to either walk or jump forward to a standing forward bend. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, palms together in front of the heart. And make sure that your feet are together. So here's what's in store for you. We're going to do an interesting transitional series. You'll learn it because we're going to do it more than once. So you will have the opportunity to kind of get the hang of this. And what I'd like you to focus on today is your perception of what we're doing. So you can either think of it as a challenge, or you can think of it as playful and fun and joyful movement and experimenting with your body and maybe being curious. So I'd like you to really focus on keeping this fun and pleasant and not getting frustrated or anything like that. So we have the capacity to do this in our yoga practice the same way that we do in our life. So that's my 2 cents worth. We're going to be doing this series a couple of times. Lots of Utkatasana. So every time you come to the front of the mat, have your big toes touching. All right, here we go. I want you to inhale and reach your arms up. And as you exhale, take your tailbone back and lift your heart. Knees are squeezed together and bent. So this is victorious pose. Utkatasana, a lot of people call it chair pose. You are going to keep your buns low and take your right thigh over your left thigh. Take your left arm under your right arm, and just like that, you're in Garudasana. I want you to keep your arms twined, but unwrap your right leg and extend it behind you. Warrior 3 variation. Put your right foot down on the toes, high lunge variation, lifting the chest and slightly rolling it back. Spin your right heel flat, open into warrior 2. Interlace the fingers behind the back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, fold right down the midline of your body. Take a couple of breaths. Rotate towards your left leg, coming into humble warrior, left shoulder to left thigh. Swivel onto your right toes, coming up into a high lunge again. Leaning forward, second warrior three variation, right leg extends. Now we're gonna put the right foot down beside the left foot, release the arms, Utkatasana. And then stand up straight, palms together in front of the heart. Inhale, reach your arms up, drop your tailbone, Utkatasana. Keep your tailbone low, knees bent. This time, left thigh over right. Right arm under left. Garudasana. Keeping hand position, unwind left leg and extend. Warrior three variation. Left foot down, high lunge. Maybe lifting the chest and rolling it back a little. Left heel spins flat, arms extend to the side, warrior two. Interlace the fingers behind your back, squeeze your shoulder blades together, fold down the midline of your body. Rotate towards your right thigh, right shoulder to the top of the thigh if you can, humble warrior. Swivel onto your left toes. Woo! Come on up. High lunge. And then a warrior three variation. Left leg extends behind you. As we put our left foot down, we put it beside the right foot, Utkatasana. Exhale, palms together in front of the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, back down. You may either jump or walk back to plank. Take a vinyasa. Let's keep the energy flowing. Really stretch it out in your downward facing dog. And then you can either walk or jump your feet forward to a standing forward bend. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, palms together. So now you know what you're in for. You know your series. We're going through it again. Bring your big toes to touch if they're not already. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, tailbone drops. Utkatasana. Stay down. Keep the knees bent. We're going to take right thigh over left. Left arm under right. Garudasana. Unwind your right leg, warrior three variation, Virabhadrasana 3. Remember, have fun with it. Put your right foot down, high lunge variation. You can make it a chest opener if you like. Right heel spins flat. Warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Fold down the midline of your body. Rotate, taking left shoulder to left thigh, humble warrior. Come back up onto right toes, rising up, high lunge. Transitioning back into warrior three with this alternate hand position, right leg extends behind you. We put the right foot down beside the left foot, release the arms up, Utkatasana. Stand straight up, palms together in front of the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, drop your tailbone, Utkatasana. Now we're going to stay low and take left thigh over right. Right arm under left. So you're back in Garudasana, this time standing on your right foot. Unwind your left leg, warrior three. Left foot goes down, high lunge. Left heel spins flat, warrior two. Interlace the fingers behind the back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Fold right down the midline of your body. Rotating for humble warrior, right shoulder to right thigh. Swiveling onto the left toes. Coming back up into your high lunge. Warrior three. Left foot beside right foot, Utkatasana. Straighten your legs, palms together in front of your heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, back down. Walk or jump back to plank and take your vinyasa. Really lengthening your downward facing dog. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And then either a walk or jump forward, standing forward bend. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, palms together in front of the heart. All right, practice makes perfect. This is your third and final time to go through that series. So check yourself, not only physically, how are you doing, but mentally, how is it going? Are you having fun with this? Are you being curious about what's going on in your body? Does it feel fantastic? Does it feel challenging? Can you make that a positive experience and stay out of the struggle zone no matter what? So here we are, last time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, Utkatasana. Keep the knees bent, right thigh crosses left. Left arm under right. So you're in Garudasana, eagle pose. We transition from here to warrior three, Virabhadrasana 3. We put our right foot down for a high lunge, lift the chest. Spin the right heel flat, warrior two on the left side. Virabhadrasana 2, interlacing fingers behind the back, squeezing shoulder blades together, folding down the middle. Transitioning into humble warrior, just taking that left shoulder to the top of the left thigh. Rotating onto the right toes. Coming up into our high lunge. Transitioning back into warrior three. Right foot beside left foot, release the arms, Utkatasana. Palms together in front of the heart, Anjali Mudra. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, tailbone drops, Utkatasana. Stay low, take your left thigh over your right thigh. Right arm underneath left arm, Garudasana. Transition into your warrior three. Put your left foot down, high lunge. Left heel flat, warrior two. Interlace the fingers behind the back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, fold right down the middle. Rotate to your right, coming into humble warrior. Swivel onto the left toes. Come up into your high lunge. Transition into your warrior three. Left foot beside right foot, Utkatasana. Stand up straight, palms together in front of your heart. You did it. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, back down, walk or jump back. And then take your vinyasa. So from this downward facing dog, just take a moment and really stretch it out. And then drop down to your knees. I'd like you to extend your left leg out behind you into the air. Flex the foot, raise it, and then extend your right arm in front of you. Right hand and left knee back down. Extend your right leg out behind you and your left arm. Left hand and right knee back down. Give yourself a little tail wag. And then if you can, go ahead and sit back onto your heels. You can keep some of the weight on your hands if your knees are unhappy with this. But what I'd like you to do from here is just lift your knees. So we're stretching out the top of the feet. You did a lot of balance, a lot of stuff with your feet. We're gonna give them a little love. So you're stretching out the top of the feet, the knees are lifted, put your knees back down. Turn your toes under. Make sure your big toes are touching, heels are touching, and then sit back on the feet to stretch out the underside. And then from here, just transition into plank. I'd like you to lower all the way down to your stomach. Big toes touch, heels separate. Take your arms farther out in front of you than you normally do for Sphinx. So instead of having your elbows under your shoulders, I want them even farther forward. We're going for the full traction here. Just pull with your forearms. Drag the chest forward. Drag length into the low back. Take one more breath. And then downward facing dog. Really work your down dog. So spread your fingers, push through your palms. Press those hips up and back. Press those heels down. And then you can walk your feet forward and have a seat in Dandasana. So just take a moment on your sit bones with your legs very active and your spine very straight. And check in. How's your body feeling? How's your breath? Are you still connected to it? How are your thought processes? Have you been able to stay in a place of joyful experience rather than challenge or struggle? What has that done to your emotional state? And then particularly notice your energetic state. So the way that we've moved somewhat rigorously. You've increased your prana, your life force. And yet, if you were doing it with joy and kind of an intuitive curiosity, it should be a soft energy. So just notice how that feels for you. And then we're going to keep the right leg straight. Bring the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Lean out over your right leg. Come up from that and just pick your left knee up. So it's pointing at the ceiling. And then we're going to twist to the left. So your left hand is behind you. You can either hug your left leg or bring that right arm outside of it for a little extra leverage. Rotate back around, pick the left foot up now and bring it on top of your right thigh, above the knee. Flex that left ankle, lean out again. And then come up with your hands behind you, bending your right knee, having a nice straight spine for seated pigeon or seated figure 4. Remember, you can keep your hands on the ground for a straight spine, or you're welcome to clasp the right knee or shin to use for even added leverage. What you should be feeling is your left glute. That's what we're shooting for. And then as you unwind your legs, kind of lean onto your hands a little bit. Take your feet a little bit wider than your shoulders with your knees bent. I want you to drop both knees to the right, kind of pressing that left knee down until you feel this a little bit in that left outer hip. Bring the legs up, drop them over to the left, press that right knee down, bring the legs back up and extend them back out again, giving them a good wiggle. You'll do the right side in a moment. Keep your left leg straight. Bring your right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Lean out over your left leg. And then come on up from that, just pick your right knee up. We're gonna twist to the right. Right hand is behind you. You can either hug your right knee or bring your left arm outside of it. Rotate back around. Let's pick the right foot up and bring it on top of the left thigh, just above the knee. Flex that right ankle, lean out again. And then from here, come on up, hands are either behind you as you bend your left knee, or if you prefer, you can clasp your left knee, keep your right ankle flexed, chest is lifted as you pull your heart forward. So the idea is a very straight spine as we look for sensation in the right glute. And just like we did on the first side, as we unwind, I want you to put your hands behind you again. Feet are a little wider than the shoulders. This time we're dropping both knees to the left. You want to kind of try and press that right knee down until you feel a little something in that right outer hip. Legs up, drop your left knee in, right leg out, and then bring your legs back up. Extend them into a nice wide V. Make sure you're on your sit bones and that your toes are pointing straight up. The first thing we're going to do is rotate to the left. I want you to put your right hand dead center in front of you, left hand dead center behind you. Keep both legs active. Rotate to your left and lengthen out over your left thigh. Don't let the right leg be soggy. It should not roll in or out. It stays in the same place. Come on up and switch. Left hand in the center, right hand behind you. Lift your chest, rotate to the right, lean out of your right leg. Make sure that left leg stays aligned. Then we come up and go forward. Your hands can be behind you if need be. They can be on the floor. They can be on your legs or feet. But we want the chest to move forward. Legs stay very active. And then come on up from that. Bring your legs together. Give them a nice wiggle. And then roll onto your back. Hug your knees in and rock side to side. So we're just going to unwind the back a little bit by engaging the core. We're only going to do 3 repetitions, so don't panic. But we're going to do frog lifting through today. So what that looks like, this is an anaphorist move. You want 90 degrees at your ankles, your knees, and your hips, and simply drop those legs open. So if you look down, you get these really cool froggy legs. Your feet are out to the side, your shins are parallel, and your thighs are straight out from the calves. They're not up in your armpits, they're straight out. Legs are very active. We're going to interlace our fingers behind the neck and point the elbows at the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, you're curling your pubic bone up and lifting the shoulder blades off the ground, kind of like you're trying to take your elbows through the thighs, empty your lungs, inhale down. Exhale, curl the pubic bone up, reach elbows through. You're emptying your lungs, breathing out, breathing out, breathing out. Inhale down. Last one, exhale, curl the tailbone up, reach the elbows through. And then release, hug your knees, rock side to side. I want you to keep your left knee hugged into your chest, extend your right leg all the way onto the ground. We're going to transition this into a twist. So you're going to be twisting to the right. Left arm is going to open to the left. Head turns to the left if that feels okay with you. On your next inhale, come on back up. Exhale, hug that left knee in, and then go ahead and bring your right knee up to meet it. And we'll keep the right knee hugged in, extend the left leg all the way out onto the floor. From here, transitioning into your twist, twisting to your left, letting the right arm open out to the right, head turn to the right. On your next inhale, come on back up, and as you exhale, hug your right knee into your chest. Bring your left knee up to meet it, rock side to side. So we're going to put the feet flat with the knees bent, but I'd like you to take your feet outside the edges of the mat. So we kind of did this in a seated position earlier. Now we're going to do it reclined so that we can hold it even longer. I want you to drop both knees to your right. You should feel this in your left outer hip or IT band. If it feels okay and you want to feel a little more, you can put your right foot on top of the left knee and then relax so that the weight of the right leg pulls a little bit of additional stretch into that left hip. If your right foot is on your left knee, you take it off, put it back outside the mat, bring both legs up, and now we're going to drop both knees to the left. So now you should feel this in your right outer hip. If you want to feel more, the left foot can go on top of the right knee. The left leg relaxes. That way the weight of your left leg is actually pulling some additional stretch into the right iliotibial band area, right outer hip. One more breath on this side. And then take left foot off right knee if it was there. Put it back outside the mat. We want to keep the feet wide. And now we're going to prop the knees together. And you should feel a slightly different sensation in the outer hips. Just take a couple breaths. And then hug your knees in, rock side to side. So today it's your choice for inversion. You can do any inversion that you like. That basically means that your hips are higher than your heart, or your heart is higher than your head, or both. That could be bridge, which could be supported, restorative, or full on. It could be handstand, headstand, shoulder stand, or plow. You choose what works for you and hold it for 6 slow, deep breaths. Off you go. And as you're finishing out your breaths, you can just slowly release yourself back down. Hug your knees in, rock side to side. Grab the outside edges of your feet and take a little bit of happy baby time to explore your hips, your hamstrings, and the glutes and low back. If there's anything else you need to do before we move into our relaxation, this is a great place to do it. And then we're going to bring the feet to the mat, letting the soles of the feet come together, letting the knees drop open. I want you to just rest here for a couple of breaths. And then on your next inhale, you're going to press your low back into the mat. So you're just flattening out the curve in the spine, basically doing a posterior pelvic tilt. The next time you breathe out, just relax, let your muscles do what they will. And then one more time, inhale, press the low back into the mat. And then exhale, release, begin to extend your legs, separate your feet. Roll them in and out a little bit if you need to. Totally relax the legs, the hips, lengthen the spine, relax the shoulders and the neck, soften the face, soften the jaw, close the eyes, smooth out the forehead. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale with an audible sigh. And give your body complete permission to relax now, to let go of all tension. Let it all go. The floor is beneath you to hold you. Gravity is above you to hold you down. You are perfectly taken care of. No need for any tension anywhere in the body. And as your breath softens in time to your relaxed muscles, we're just going to do a very focused, pointed, progressive relaxation. I'm going to start with the soles of the feet. I want you to feel the bottom side of each toe. Feel the balls of the feet, the arches of each foot, the heels of each foot, the whole sole of the foot. Feel the tops of the toes, the tops of the feet, the sides of the feet, your Achilles tendon, your ankles. So from the ankles down, your body is completely relaxed. You've checked in with all of it, and it's happy. I want you to feel the muscles in your shin, so the front part of your lower leg, the inner and outer part of your lower leg, and then the back side of it, your calf muscles. So the front, back, inside, and outside of your lower leg is completely relaxed. Feel your kneecaps. Feel the inside and outside parts of your knees, and feel the backs of the knees. So from your knees down, you're absolutely positive that there's no remaining tension. You're completely relaxed. Feel the tops of your thighs, the inner and outer thighs, the backs of the thighs, the hamstrings. Feel your groin region, the pubic bone and lower abdomen, the sides of the hips, your glutes. From your hips down, 100% relaxed. Feel your stomach, the area around your navel. Make sure that feels soft and relaxed. Feel the sides of your waist. Feel your low back. From the waist down, completely relaxed. Feel the front of your rib cage, your chest, and even your upper chest around the collarbone. Feel the sides of your rib cage and up into your armpits. Feel your mid-back, the area around your shoulder blades and your upper back. Feel the top part of your shoulders, the front and back of your shoulders, the muscles of your upper arms, all the way around, all the muscles of the upper arms. Feel your elbow joints. Feel the muscles of your forearms. Feel your wrists. Focus on your thumbs, including the muscles at the base of the thumbs. The palms of both hands. The backs of the hands. Feel all of your fingers. From your shoulders down, everything completely relaxed. Feel the back of your neck, the sides of your neck, the front of your throat. Feel your jaw, your chin, your lips, your cheeks, your nose, your eyelids, your forehead. Feel your ears, the skin on the back of the head and the skin on the top of the head, the scalp. From the very top of your head, all the way down, completely relaxed. And just notice how incredibly pleasant it is to rest in this state of complete relaxation. Having that same sense of curiosity and playfulness and pleasantness. This pose should be just as pleasant as all of the poses that preceded it, and vice versa. Begin to bring a little bit of movement back to the fingers and toes. Begin to deepen your breath. When you're ready, take a deeper breath in, spread the fingers and toes. Exhale through your mouth as you relax them. Deeper inhale, stretch, stretch, stretch to your fullest length. Exhale and relax. Bend your knees, however that works best for you. Roll to your right side, and if you can pause for a breath on your right side, do so. And then press yourself up into sitting. So as you come to your seated position, just realign your spine. Just like you did at the beginning of class, you find that comfortable, steady seat and you check in. Because it's really nice to compare and contrast the body that you started in versus the body that you're in right now. So just take a moment. Also check in with your breathing, your mental state, your emotional state, and your energetic state. Notice perhaps that you feel more connected. So for our pranayama today, we're going to do a very passive breath. It's called aham graha, which means no effort. In other words, there's no method to it, simply a particular awareness. I'd love for you to interlace your fingers and just let them rest in your lap. So basically your interlaced fingers are kind of in front of the bladder. Don't do anything with your breath. You're just breathing normally. We're not controlling it. We're not using any technique for the breath. We're just going to begin to watch it for a moment. As you're watching it, just start bringing your awareness to the upper sinuses. Think of that as the very top part of your nostrils, near the bridge of your nose. And focus on the sensation of your inhales there. Notice that it feels as though your inhales are moving up towards the point between your eyebrows, commonly thought of as the third eye point. As you're focusing on your breath in the upper nostrils, notice that after you feel that, you also can become aware of a sense of expansion around your heart with each inhale. And again, we're not controlling our breath at all. We're simply watching the natural inhale and exhale, noticing with each inhale that our breath kind of moves towards the third eye point and that we can feel expansion around the heart towards the end of the inhale. And then maintaining that awareness, we can also have a generalized awareness of the area around the top of our head. So our breath is uncontrolled. We feel it in the top part of the nostrils moving towards the center of our eyebrows. We can feel the heart expanding at the end of the inhale, and we can be aware of the top of our head. Slowly allow the palms of your hands to come together in front of your heart. Let's take a moment in gratitude. Gratitude that we as humans have a sense of curiosity, that we can cultivate a sense of playfulness, that we can move our bodies with joy and intuition and awareness, and that we can watch our breath with the same. Take one more huge inhale. Big sigh. Palms to the forehead, just a reminder to be present. Palms to the lips, reminding us to speak our truth. Palms to the heart, reminding us to keep our hearts open, to be joyful, playful, kind, and compassionate. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.